All right. I want to welcome you to my humble kitchen right here. And I am going to show you how to cook up some Carnivore bacon and some good ribeye steak in an air fryer. This is my first video that I have put out on this channel. And I want you to make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, help me out. Just cook up some bacon here, and I'm going to show you how I cut it up and get it going here. So you can see I've cut it in half again. Now I'm going to take these little pieces and I am going to stick them in this 3-quart pot. Just like this. Need to turn it on though. I'm going to start off on this old range here at about 7. So I like to cook it a little bit slower than what Carnivore does. Ken cooks his a little bit quicker than what I'm going to cook this. But still yet, it will cook up, and I'll show you, and we'll talk about why I'm doing it like this. Well, I'm going to tell you, I have cooked a lot of bacon in my lifetime, but this is absolutely the best way right here to cook bacon up. I'm starting it off on about 6.5 to 7. Once I start seeing it brown up a little bit, I'm actually going to turn the heat up instead of bringing it down. I like to cook it a little bit slower. To me, it seems like it cooks more through the whole slice of bacon. But this is the way I cook it. Put my lid on there. Keeps it from splashing all over around my stove top here. Now, this is the second part of my dinner. I went and bought some three steaks, ribeyes from Costco. I think they were $12.99 a pound. I have been getting them at Winn-Dixie, but when Costco opened up, the bacon was cheaper at Costco, and I usually get my water and stuff from Costco. So this is switched over to Costco. It's a little bit better cut of meat. Definitely got more fat in it, and that's what I like. So I'm going to dry this ribeye up some, and then I'm going to season it up. Ooh, look at that big old chunk of fat. Boy, that's going to be good. I'm going to eat that right up. That ought to be real good. But I'm going to use the Montreal seasoning I get at Costco. There's no carbs. I usually just season it up in here and do it at the same time, and then put these other two in a Ziploc bag. But I'm just going to do it here for intensive purposes. Right here. Now, this has already got some salt on it. But I like a lot of salt on my steak. You got to have a lot of salt. If you're a carnivore, you got to have a lot of salt. But when I eat my steaks and I eat my bacon like this, I can usually go 24 hours without fasting. Now, if I have steak and maybe some hamburger meat, I usually can't make it but about 16 to 18 hours. But that's the reason I do the bacon, because that bacon I can actually go 24 hours without eating. And I'm pretty active. I'm a golf course superintendent, and I know a lot of it's probably riding in a slow golf cart sometimes, but I go pretty much 8 to 12 hours a day. And I go to I go to Disney a lot, and actually that's my other channel, but don't want to talk about that. But anyway, I do about anywhere from 14,000 to 22,000 steps a day. So I could walk upwards of anywhere from at least 6 to 10 miles a day. All right, so here you go. That bacon's cooking up rather nicely. Looks pretty good so far. Like I said, I love this method right here, because you don't get nothing anywhere really. Got my steak in here. Got another about 4 minutes or 6 minutes on the steak, but another 2 minutes and I'm going to actually turn it over. I'm going to show you this. This is what I do with my bacon grease. I just pour it into a coffee filter right into this jar here, and I'm keeping it in my freezer for right now. If you keep it in your freezer, it'll last you anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So when I'm doing eggs or something like that, I'll cook my eggs with the bacon grease, and then I'll also put a little bit of bacon grease in my hamburger meat and with my hamburger, eggs, and my bacon. But I will show you that at a later date on how I cook that up. Now I was cooking my bacon in the oven, and like I said, it would just lay it out in a baking sheet and cook it in the oven, but it seemed like it was just a big mess. And this method right here, it's just so easy to contain all of that bacon goodness, grease. It's just so easy to maintain it. Put it in that jar and you've got some good bacon. And I think I've been thinking about this here lately. I actually think that that's the reason why we used to live so much longer and so much healthier. And you look back at pictures of the 40s and 30s and 20s, you didn't see a lot of people overweight. They ate a lot of bacon grease. They kept that bacon grease and used it in everything. So they were getting more fat out of their meals than I think what we actually think they were getting. Just my speculation, but you know, just my opinion. But I love cooking my bacon like this, but it's so much easier to maintain. Now the reason why I switched over to an air fryer is I was using a big cast iron skillet and was cooking my ribeye in that cast iron skillet. But there again, it had a lot of mess with it, especially here in the house. So if I'm cooking here in the house, that's the way I'm doing it now in the air fryer, just because there's less cleanup with it, and it just seems like it contains all of it better. And I got to live in a little small apartment right now, and you come in my house and it smells like ribeye and bacon, so it just kind of helps contain the aroma a little bit better. All right, so this bacon is pretty much done. I'm just going to take it out now, dry it up, set this grease, this bacon goodness aside, strain it out, put it in my jar, put it back in the freezer, and I have got me some bacon grease to do eggs in and add to my hamburger meat. Alright, so my steak is done here. My bacon's done, and I'm telling you what now, if you're cooking bacon any other way or any other method other than this right here, this is probably just done a little bit too much, but I consider this a bacon check. This is really good, and I'll never cook bacon any other way other than like this. The best way to cook bacon. All right, I'm gonna eat this. I'm gonna let this steak rest for about another 5 minutes. Welcome to my channel. Like I said, hit that like button and subscribe for more carnivore dinners and just surviving carnivore, and how I got started, how I'm doing it, and how long I've been doing it. Just wait for those videos. I saw an interesting article actually today on fasting that I'm going to talk about. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. We'll see you on the flip side. Stay frosty, stay carnivore, my friends.